This is a code walkthrough for the example file LoopingWhileTypeSafeGUI.java. This example demonstrates doing type-safe checking using pop-up GUI dialogs, which is different from what you do when using command line input using scanner. We don't have the has-next methods available to us to check ahead for data correctness, so we have to structure this in a different way. You'll need to do something like this for a current or upcoming program assignment, so make sure that you follow what's going on here, even though the code you need will be almost exactly identical to what you see here. Okay, so let's compile this code, set a breakpoint on main, and let's step our way through this and talk our way through what's happening. So we're just setting up an age of 0, an age string, a prompt that's going to be used to prompt for the data in the pop-up dialog, and we're also going to set this Boolean flag called failed to true. We're assuming failure as the default state, and we'll see what that means here in a moment. So that failed flag becomes part of our loop continuation condition. Its initial value is true, and so we enter this loop. And so what we're doing is, if you recall, we can get pop-up GUI dialog input using the JOption pane show input dialog method. We simply provide a null argument, a string prompt we want to use, and then it will throw up for us a prompt like this. So let's say we enter an age of 45. Remember that whenever we get input from a GUI element, whatever comes back to us is going to be a string. So here we see that that string is not a numeric 45, but it's a string 45. There are double quotes around it. So remember that the next thing we have to do is use one of the wrapper classes and its parse methods to convert that string into the equivalent numerical value. So we're going to try to perform that conversion using this parseInt method, which of course is going to be successful in this case. We get an age of 45. We're going to toggle our Boolean flag to false. We're going to come back around in our loop here. Our flag is now false, so we're done. And we can prove that the age we get is in fact numerical by performing computation on it inside this multi-line string. Notice that here this is the postfix version, so we're going to print the current age out, update it, and then we're going to use the updated value here. So we should see a 45 here and a 46 here. We can't do that unless the age is in fact an integer. So this pop-up dialog demonstrates that we've successfully converted that age into an integer, 45 and 46. That's great. That's how things are supposed to work. So let's finish running this. And let's run it a second time, except this time we'll demonstrate the failure case. We come into there with a failed flag set equal to true, and we enter. And let's say that this time we enter an age that looks like this, 45.0. That again comes back to us as a string, 45.0, and now we need to use the wrapper class parseInt method to turn this string into an integer. Well, we can't do that with this string, so this is going to fail. It's going to throw an exception. And what we have here to intercept that is called a try-catch block. This statement can potentially fail, so we wrap it up in this try block and we intercept the exception that it's going to generate. This is a standard structure in Java, but notice what happens. This statement conversion is about to fail, and when it does, we'll gracefully intercept it in this catch block and we'll do nothing with it. So the usual Java coughing up a lung doesn't happen, and we simply come back around to the top of our false loop and reprompt the user for some different data. And we can keep doing this as long as we need to until we get an actual integer, something that can be properly converted using this wrapper method. So here we're going to be successful. Our flag is false, so we're done while looping. and we're going to display the result and the result next year. So let's finish this loop up, take off this breakpoint, and run this free running a couple times. So let's say we put in 56.4. That's going to fail, and it's going to reprompt me using the JOption pane show input dialog as many times as it takes to get a proper age. I can put in a string here, or actually any garbage, and it's going to continue reprompting me until I put in a recognizable value that can be converted into an integer, 34 and 35. So this is a try-catch block. This is what we have to do to handle exceptions. We haven't talked about exceptions yet. We certainly haven't talked about the try-catch block yet. Both of these things will be discussed in detail in the follow-on CS13 class. But for now, for a current or upcoming program assignment, you're going to need to handle data input using a pop-up GUI dialog in a type-safe manner. And this here is the code structure that you're going to need to use, almost exactly like this. So this is what you'll need to incorporate in your program, and what we've just shown is how it operates.